Tired of feeling like you're spinning all the plates in your design business and at any moment they could all come crashing down? Are you feeling like you're so close to breaking through to the next level, but those consistent projects still aren't flowing your way? Are you ready to finally take your business from a hobby to 100K and beyond? Then welcome to the Six Figure Designer Podcast. I'm talking all the techniques you need in your design business to start paying yourself, get great clients, and finally break through that 5-figure ceiling. Well, hello, my lovely designer friends. So today I want to talk about something that you might not even know that I have, but I actually have been running a mastermind for a few different designers for over a year and a half now. And it's been such a fun experience for me. And it's such an incredible group of women that I really wanted to start talking about it because I'm actually really interested in adding to that group and expanding that because I do think it has so much value and it's such a great community. And one of the things I wanted to talk about today is some of the wins that we're seeing happen in that group. And I think that a lot of you could relate to this. So there's a designer in our group who had an opportunity come to her, and she really needed some advice from everyone because there was a couple things going on. It was for a project that was by far the biggest that she had ever gone after, probably more than double in size of the biggest project that she had done previously. And she had also, figured out that the design fee that she knew she should be charging really had her freaked out. It really had her worried about how she was going to go about this. So there were a couple emotions that she really had to work through when it came to this opportunity. The first thing was she was super nervous. She was like, this is bigger than anything I've ever had the opportunity to even look at or be involved in. So that level of, the next level of design project by far had her, kind of freaked out going, how is this going to work? What's going to happen here? And then she was really unsure. Um, she had a current client that she was working with that was questioning everything. Why are you doing it this way? Why are you telling us about this? Why are you involved in this part of the project? And honestly, it really started to mess with her mojo. She was really becoming, a little underconfident in her abilities because this client was constantly questioning everything that she was doing in an attempt to help them. And then the other thing, of course, she was scared. She's like, can I even handle a job of this size? Am I qualified? Is this way outside of my ability? Because I've never done anything about this. This is all new to me. And she wanted to know, how am I going to charge this client? I know what that fee needs to be, but my God, that number just looks so big. How can I possibly, talk to them about this number and deliver that information confidently so that I know? Because she had known in the past, like what she needed to charge. She knows her number. She knows what time is involved in these projects. So in her heart of hearts, she knew what she needed to charge. She was just freaked out when it came to looking at the big number. So in the meetings, we started to talk through the emotions she was feeling around the situation. Yes, this was absolutely a big opportunity that she was nervous about. But the thought is there's always going to be a first time for an opportunity in your business that you've never had before. If you want to grow and you want to start doing bigger projects, there's going to be those times when you have something come across your desk that you've never done before. So you're going to have to, work through that. So we said, no matter what, you get that project or you don't get that project, this is a great learning experience. Use this experience to teach you something about how you can move forward and start to continue to get opportunities and projects like this. So if new opportunities come up for you in your business and you're really freaked out about how to handle it, you need to just go forth and do it and take the emotion out about whether or not you're going to get the job, but use it as an experience. Be really paying attention to how things go, what works well, what doesn't work, because regardless of whether or not you get the job, you can use that experience and use that knowledge to help you when the next opportunity comes your way. The second thing we had to talk about was how her confidence really had been shaken by a client who was constantly, you know, questioning everything that she was bringing up to them. And we started talking her through all the ways that she was qualified and then some. And that comes from her experience. She had a huge amount of experience, her conscientiousness, and her willingness to do everything in her power to look after the best interests of her client. This was just on a bigger scale, but she already knew how to take care of a client. She already knew what needed to be done to have a successful project. She had all those tools. It was just having this one client that had really shaken her confidence. And something that I think should be brought up at this time is when you have clients like that, this is what is holding you back from getting better jobs because they mess with your head, they mess with your mojo. And then you're too afraid to kind of get to the next level because they're really got you thinking, do I know what I'm doing? Am I qualified for this? So that's just another reason to be really mindful on the type of people you work with and the type of projects that you get, because it really does affect the growth in your business. And then the other emotion that kept coming up was she was really scared. She's like, can I handle this? Can I do this, large of a project? Am I going to be able to deliver? And when we kind of talked it through, and broke down the project into its various phases. I mean, she knows her phases, she knows what her deliverables are. We've already worked on, how she sets up her contract and things like that. So she's very clear on what those phases are. And if you look at a small project or you look at a large project, they go through the same phases. Again, it's just a larger, maybe a larger timeline, but the project phases are still the same. And once we kind of talked that through, she felt a lot better going, it's just the same scope, just on a larger scale. So think about that when you're looking at a larger project. You know what phases you need to go through and what you need to do to deliver a successful design, and it's just on a larger scale. And then, of course, here's the $1,000,000 money shot is how the hell do I present some enormous design fee to a client when I'm scared shitless to even say the number out loud? And that's really where a lot of us get hung up is we know how much we should be charging. We just don't because we're afraid. We're afraid to charge what we think we should be charging. And this was the case here. And so we kind of talked through the technique that I use in my business to, lessen that stress on you as a designer. And then also gives the client time to honestly fall in love with you, gives them the opportunity to work with you and to realize that there is no one else that can handle this project but you. And so we were able to work through that with her, and she was able to present that information to the client. And I am happy to say that at this time, she has gotten the largest project that she has ever gotten in her business, and she has gotten the largest design fee she has ever gotten in her business. And this is all work that we did in our mastermind. Now, the good side effects of that is that she is feeling so much more confident in her abilities and how she can handle certain situations. And also her feelings that, yes, my business can now grow to another level because I know how to handle these opportunities. I know what I can do to be a better salesperson, to get a client to understand what not only what needs to be done, but also to eliminate their worries about working with a designer or having large design fees. So she's so much more confident on how she can approach this, and also just feeling like, yes, my business can grow to a place where I really want it to be. And so this is just one win that we've seen in the mastermind, which is called the Elevate Inner Circle. And this mastermind is like such an awesome group of women, so supportive. The brain power in there is amazing. And we're all just cheering each other on. And we talk through everyday problems. We talk through problems that go on in our business. We talk through ways that we can run our businesses better. And if this is something that you would be interested in learning more about, I highly encourage you to just reach out to me, and I can definitely answer any questions. The Elevate Inner Circle Mastermind is only $300 a month, and we do meet twice a month. So it's an excellent group. And I hope that if this is something that, you're interested in getting bigger projects than you've ever gotten, or handling bigger design fees than you've ever gotten, please reach out to me and let's talk about whether or not the Elevate Inner Circle Mastermind would be for you. I hope you guys enjoyed this, and we will talk soon.
Thanks for listening to the Six Figure Designer Podcast. If you're ready to make six figures in your interior design business, then check out my Design Business Bootcamp. Our next session starts soon, so let's get you to six figures stat.